Alright, welcome to our Project 3 demo. Here we have our terminal working, we're connected to the oscilloscope, we have our function generator, and we have our MSP set up with some circuits we use to help us get better frequency and DC offset measurements. So here we go. We started off with the lower frequency stuff just to get it out of the way. We're at 50 Hertz right now, an amplitude of 3 volts peak to peak, triangle wave with an offset of 1.5. So let's see what we have here. So frequency is looking good. Offset gets a little warped when you go to lower frequencies. And then we have our peak to peak that's within the 1 millivolt range. And then we have our RMS that updates live. And then we have our DC voltage that's fluctuating since this is an AC wave. So we're going to go now to our 10 hertz.
And we can also show that if you just move by just
a
couple hertz.
And this is pretty accurate. So we have 49 hertz, and you can see that our measurement goes down to 49.
Yeah, and you can move it.
And then if we go to 48, we're down to 48. So this is pretty solid. So we're gonna slowly go down, let it update. So we're going down to about 10 hertz.
Later, Daniel, thanks.
Alright. Let's go. 10 hertz. Right there, okay. And so we're going to go amplitude. We're going to go to 1 volt peak to peak. And then we're going to do an offset of 1.5. Alright, and this one has to be a square wave. Alright. Awesome. So we have our 10 hertz right there on the dot. Our DC offset a little warped, but that's just low frequencies. Our peak to peak voltage 1 volt, and then our RMS right here live updating, and the DC still fluctuating with this AC wave.
For a square wave, you can see it hopping between 2 points.
So we're gonna go with the lowest frequency now. So we're gonna move this down to 1 volt. 1 hertz,
Yeah, it's not real.
Alright, so we're down to 1 hertz. Okay, and then we gotta do a 3 volt peak to peak with a 1.5 DC offset, square wave. Alright, here we go. So we're at 1 hertz, and there we go. We got this 1 hertz right here. Again, the DC offset is super warped because we're working at a really low frequency. But the peak to peak is just fine. We're at 3.0. It fluctuates around 3.00. And then, so now we're going to go to the highest frequency we need, which is a sine wave of 3 volts peak to peak with a 1.5 volt DC offset. And now we're going to change this frequency all the way up to 1 kilohertz. So we're going to get all the way up there. Alright, so we're at 1 kilohertz, 3 volts peak to peak, and we have a 1.5 volt DC offset, frequency 1 kilohertz. So what do we have here? So we're at 1 kilohertz, the DC offset kind of fluctuating a little bit. A P2P still very accurate. It's fluctuating around that 3.00 range. So next thing we're going to do is, while we're at 1 kilohertz, we're going to go to a offset of, we're going to go peak to peak of 1 volt peak to peak with an offset of 2, and we're at a sine wave, so that's all good to go. Alright, so we've got our frequency right here of 1 kilohertz, DC offset of about 2.5, and our peak to peak of 1. RMS still updating right over here, we're getting about 2.59, and then DC voltage still fluctuating with the AC. Next we're going to go, staying at 1 kilohertz, we're just going to move down, we're going to keep the 1 volt peak to peak. We're just going to move down the offset to about 0.5, still at 1 kilohertz. So here we go. We are at 1 kilohertz, 0.5 DC offset, and it's fluctuating around the 0.5. There we go, 0.500, 1.00 on the P2P voltage. Next, we're going to do a 3 volt peak to peak with a 1.5 DC offset. This time we're going to move this down to about 500 hertz. So we get it down here, 500 hertz. It's fluctuating right around that. 1.5 DC offset, and then a 3-volt peak-to-peak voltage. So all that looks good. All right, we're good with our AC. So we're going to turn off this, and we're going to go over to our function generator on the oscilloscope. Here we go. So we're going to attach it up here. So we're going to show two different DC voltages between 0 and 3 volts, or 3.3 volts, and we're going to get them to show up. So
we gotta turn it on first.
yeah, we're gonna set this to 2 volts. All right, so we're at 2 volts right here. We're going to turn on this wave generation. Boom. All right. 1.9999, that's within 1 millivolt. The RMS voltage, we're expecting that to match this since we're in DC. And then P2P is just kind of floating. And then the DC offset's pretty close as well, but we've got this 1 kilohertz frequency, so these are the two we really care about in this measurement. So we're within the 1 hertz and 1 millivolt range. And then we're going to change this now, this offset to 1 volt DC, and then you can see it live update here. If you kind of move that around, you can see that going. We're about 1.5 here. There you go, 1.5. We're gonna move this all the way down to 1 volt for our second measurement. There we go. So we're at 1 volt right now. Here we go. So we got our DC right here, RMS, and then we got our frequency right there of, we don't care about the frequency, this is DC. Yeah, we set our frequency to be at our limit when we're in DC. So yeah, this doesn't matter, but right here, we're good to go. All right, thanks for watching.
Awesome.